Lights, camera. Camera, can you do a camera? Yeah. Action!
My name is Ellery, Brady, Britta, Nolan, Ava, Nathaniel, Sophia, Joey, Hannah, James, Abby, Hayden, Haley, Mason, Bella, Vaughn, Paige.
My name is Cheryl Jenkins.
Clay Jenkins.
Elizabeth Kay.
Nancy Goff.
Larry Goff.
What is the happiest moment in your life?
When I found out me and my dad were going to a Tigers game. The first time I went to camp. The first time to see my cousin. Maybe the time that I first learned to walk.
I think parenting, having the 3 kids that I have, I feel really very thankful.
Well, probably wedding day was pretty fun because I got to marry my wife and have all my friends and family around.
The birth of my children, each one equally. The best moment is we had 2 grandchildren who were born extremely premature, and they came home, and the best moments just keep getting better because if you met them now, you would never know they had been born under such perilous circumstances.
I think my best moment was when my grandson was born, Josh. He's 24 now, and my daughter was in the hospital, and she called and said I had a baby, so I rushed right down, and she was just in the delivery room, all messed up and everything, and she says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, I'm so glad you're here. It just made me feel so good."
What do you think about sadness?
I just think nobody should be sad. They should always be happy because nobody should make them sad. I don't really like sadness. It's kind of bad because you shouldn't be sad about stuff. You need a reason to be sad, but you don't need a reason to be happy.
I feel sad when I see others are sad. I feel sadness, and I don't like to see others sad.
It's usually not very good.
I think sadness is hard to get rid of. Sometimes if you kind of fixate on it, it's really hard to get past it, but when you do, it's a great feeling. What do you think about happiness?
Happiness, when I'm happy, I kind of dance around. It makes you feel good. It's kind of like you win a trophy in the Olympics and you're like so happy, you're screaming. And I think it's something that you should be proud to be. You have to express yourself in an excited and happy way.
Sometimes you have to choose happiness and choose joy. It's not always something that it comes naturally, but not always. Sometimes it's a choice.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's what we all want, I think, and can't always get, but I think it's sometimes a choice too.
Happiness comes and goes, and happiness can depend on the day, the time, and what's going on and who's with you. Sometimes you can have a bad day and be with a good person. Sometimes you can have a good day, be with a bad person.
What is the worst moment in your life?
Probably when my dog died. Sitting around in the house doing nothing. Probably when I broke my arm. When I was awake at night and I hear creepy sounds. I haven't had too many.
Well, when we had to put our dog to sleep last year, that was pretty hard.
I would say probably losing each of my grandparents. And then having my dad get sick and thinking I could have lost him.
One of my biggest fears is most likely that I would lose one of my children somewhere along the way.
I feel really blessed sometimes that I think there's been bad moments, but I don't think I've ever had like a worst moment, that something that like I felt wasn't something I could get through.
I think the worst moment of my life was when my dad died. He died in their home, and I had to call my son to tell him.
How did you overcome some hard times in your life?
Probably like having my mom and dad around to help me. Go to my mom. Probably just like breathe big deep breaths and just get myself back up and do what I'm supposed to do. If I ever like fell down or something on like my bike, I just got up and kept trying again.
I overcome hard times by trying to see the positive and trying to put a positive spin on things, and also keeping a life perspective and not focusing on that one hardship or tough time. I really try to see the life perspective.
Well, realizing that life is up and down, kind of keep it in a big perspective, and also I think praying helps too.
I try to take a step back. Apparently, I think sometimes I'm not good at it. And then I tend to just go off by myself, read a good book, and spend some alone time, and then get perspective and come back.
You just keep working at it until you get to the other side. Don't give up.
I would say pretty much the same thing. You know, first you gotta define the problem, then figure out what the possible solutions are, and you just pick a path and go down it.
What do you think the purpose of life is?
So that you can see the world and see how how life is. Learning how to be nice. Just spread love. To live and be kind to people. To me, have fun. Just be a good person. Like being able to do something like while you're actually alive and not like dead. To always try new things, and if you don't succeed, then try new things.
I really think the life purpose is showing love, loving others, being kind, loving others, teaching our family and our kids the same things, trying to live out a life like that. I'm also a believer, so my Christian faith is really important. I think a lot of the purpose of life is just trying to live out really what I think the Bible is telling us and trying to live that out.
I think it's probably to live out our faith and try to love others and kind of, just live kind of as Christ lived. So I think that's really the purpose.
The purpose of life, good times and bad times, learning how to handle both and learning how to appreciate the people that are with you during each of those times.
To leave a mark and to make sure the world's a better place because you've been here. And I was blessed to be a teacher, so every year I had a new crop of people to leave a mark on.
Yeah, me to leave a mark is something that's enduring. You know, my artwork, which I have a lot around here, and 52 pieces down in my studio, which is the whole lower level of the house. And I'm putting the stuff all in scrapbooks now, archival scrapbooks, and I hope someday that my great-great-great-great-grandkids will like that.